this is Leo. What's up out there, crypto world? How y'all doing today? This is Noiz with their host Z-Rex, coming at you live at the end of this weekend, December 16th. It's about 6:30 here, local time. Checking out some charts, as we like to do on this show. Talk about some price action. See what the BTC is doing. It's been pretty lackluster and boring this weekend. Kind of just extra super sideways action. Well, I hope y'all had a great weekend. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. As we like to start here with some coin checkup action. Kind of look at some big movers. You can see Bitcoin still chilling around 55% on the dominance. And the market cap is barely holding on to that $100 billion level. That is definitely a very critical one. Breaking that will probably shed quite a bit of market cap pretty quick. And then don't put too much weight on market cap either, I would say, because, you know, most of these coins are total bullshit, so it does include like every single crap coin that exists. So Wave still kind of at the top, along with Maker. Dogecoin has been looking really good. The last day, Bitcoin SV is kicking some ass, it looks like. Up about 14% today. Litecoin's actually up pretty good. We'll check out Litecoin here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and look at... Whoops. Oh, crap, what did I just do? Dogecoin, that's what I wanted to go look at. Because Doge has actually been showing some strength here. Oh my god, Doge is such a crazy chart. Got to look at it on a little bit further time frame. Alright, so you can see here, Doge, since the market's been selling off, November 14th, literally, right here, Doge has continued to go up this entire time, while Bitcoin and most of the general market has been dumping. It's up about 45%. And November 14th, if you want to see that day, that's this day right here. That's when everything got kicked off. So very different chart there. Maybe Doge is the real Bitcoin. It's the real store of value. Let's go ahead and go to big screen. But yeah, pretty impressive move here by Dogecoin. A lot of times, as we've talked about, Dogecoin does like to move before the rest of the market. But yeah, if you can look here on this back, it does have these pumps all the time. It is kind of getting in this mid part of the range. Let's go on the monthly so we don't have to scroll so damn much. Oh, weekly. Find a medium here. You can see though right here is about the middle of that entire range of price action. Let's go ahead and pull up volume profile, and that'll give us a nice visual to put aside that. So yeah, there you go, kind of confirming that about 50. How funny. 5-0 from all the price action of Doge in its entire history. Back all the way over here in beginning of 2014 when it first got listed. This is pretty much the standard chart and price action after something gets listed, especially back then in 2014. Shit would just get super dumped. But you can see though, so 50 kind of bouncing right off that level. Not gonna play this at all, but I am watching it because maybe it's giving us a sign that, you know, the momentum is slowing down a little bit in this bear market. So pretty interesting. Right here on this high volume node in the shorter time frame since this year at about 62 bucks, or bucks, yeah, right. Gosh, if Doge was $62, holy moly, there'd be a lot of happy people, that's for sure. But yeah, this is kind of finding a lot of resistance up here as far as like a trading vehicle right now. Since kind of missed the boat here, wasn't even thinking about Doge, which is dumb. I always talk about and love the Doge. with my buddies, but on the show I just never brought it up. But no worries, we're talking about it here in the last few episodes, and it's still been grinding up. We had a 45, I believe. Let's see if I can turn this on. There we go. Just hide it. We had a 45 target, and then it tapped that pretty nicely, right? Came above it, and it was just 55. I'm sorry, 55 target, and 45 was the low back over here. Yeah, and it's looking okay. I mean, this is pretty bullish as long as it stays above 60 satoshis, I would say. You know, if you want to be a little riskier, you know, probably take it down to about where my alert is right here, 53, maybe 55-ish. Because do remember, every tick in this is going to be quite a bit, percentage-wise. Alright, let's go back over to Mama Bear. But yeah, Doge, is it telling us something? I don't know. Alright, here's Mama Bear. Busting through this bottom part of the box that we drew a handful of episodes ago. Talking about it's like range here that it hammered out. Hardcore resistance overhead here in this red box. Good support here. But now you can see what has happened is after we broke that 32 level, and I haven't changed this box, I just left it there. It has broken out of it, and now the bottom part of the box is becoming resistance. And on this is an hourly. You can see that the bulls did try to make a good run. I will give bulls credit here. They came in and they're trying to defend, it would seem. And the price action actually breaking 3,200 and kind of going sideways for most of the weekend. You know, you got to give them slight credit there. I'm not bullish yet, but you know, I think that's notable in the momentum of things. Of course, we could just get this starting to come out of nowhere, right, and get that momentum right back. That's definitely doable, but you know, at this point, I think that's a notable kind of shift in price action. But yeah, still finding that resistance here now at the bottom of this box. And here's our bigger box down here in this green area. Let's go to the daily so it's not as crazy. Oh my goodness. There we go. So you can see here about 29, and the ultimate crazy bottom range of this box is I'm putting here at about 1,500. You know, that's kind of the 1,200-ish is the old high from where this move started. Bitcoin does like to retrace those, but not all the time. So let's go show you an example of that. Oh no, what is it? BLX, I believe. Yeah, there we go. BLX is the Brave New Coin Liquid Index for Bitcoin. It's just pretty much, you know, like a nice price reference, and it goes all the way back to 2011 or 2010, which is cool. Yeah, July 2010. So definitely lots of history in there, but you only can go down to a daily on there though. But what I wanted to show you is these big meteoric runs right when Bitcoin was coming out here in 2010 to 2011. So let's see. So there it is in linear, so you can see kind of the magnitude of this move going from, you know, sub 50 cents mostly to well over $30, well over, you know, I guess, well, not well over $30, about $30. So did sell off hardcore, just like we're having right now. If you kind of, oh gosh, that looks way worse. Yeah, it's about 95% from peak to the trough here. But, you know, it went from, let's call it average of about, I don't know, see where this lands. 50 cents. Up to here is about 6,400% gain. And that would have been in, hold on, let me redo that. Oh my goodness. Let's see there. Oh man, if you take it from 18 cents, it's like almost 20,000. That is crazy. And that was 147 days, so that wasn't even a year. That's the one thing that is we need to remember about Bitcoin, even though we're in a bear market. When it does start running to the upside, it can go face ripping insano style like this. I mean, look at this 1 week candle from $8 to $16 to $18, just doubled. Like, what's up? But anyway, let me go back to log. All right, so we have this run here, right? Nice run, 500%, and then it continues to go up another few %, and then falls off. Let's see what that is. You know, there's good 60% sell-off right there in the middle of it. There's another 50% sell-off right there in the middle of it. And then this one that we just measured a minute ago at 94%. And it's still, the point I was bringing this up is because notice in these two meteoric rises, even with 50% drops, and even with this 94% drop, Bitcoin did not go... Let me erase this, it's a little bit easier to see. Bitcoin did not come back to touch this high right here, this previous high. And that's what a lot of people look at, right? They're just like, oh, that's what always happens, especially people that want to get super bearish now, that have been bullish for this whole sell-off, which is funny. That's how you also know sentiment's changing a little bit. But anyway, look, twice it didn't do it. In this zone, it only came back to that 50%. It still needed to go another 20-ish% to touch those highs in that instance. And in this instance, it needed to go another 50% after selling off 94%. So it doesn't have to necessarily get to the all-time previous high. And I kind of think we're actually in something like this, not total 2014. I'm talking about just price relative, like coming down to almost touch the highs, but not quite. And so let's go see what that would look like, just for shits and giggles here. On this chart, if we went 94% down, you're like, oh my god, is it going to line up? I don't know, I haven't done this, I'm just kind of curious. Oh wow, look, it actually goes to the previous all-time highs, pretty much. That's kind of hilarious. So where are we at now? About 83, and that's where we were in the last sell-offs, about in the 80s% and the other big ones. So not that past price matters really that much, but it gives us a little kind of gauge and, you know, some ranges to throw up. And so guys, yeah, we're real close. We're just waiting for that capitulation to set up, and then the sideways kind of acceptance of, you know, the price. Like if it crashes, just to give you a real basic idea, kind of like boom, boom, maybe like a deep one comes back, you know, and then just kind of at least accepts most of this range and doesn't hit like below half of wherever this is going to happen. And no one knows when that is going to happen, of course, but we are getting a little bit closer each and every day. Let me put my lines up real quick on here. Boom. Each and every day, we are getting a little bit closer. So, but again, to the Bitcoin, if we go to this hourly, I mean, we're still having a lot of trouble getting above and holding above the 55 exponential on the hourly. See, we keep getting rejected. When that happens, you know, you keep getting rejected, it usually likes to roll over. I mean, that's what we're seeing. And also, look at this point of control that printed right there at 3240, 3230, 3240. So that's going to be pretty hardcore resistance at this time, which I'm going to go ahead and throw an alert a little higher than that, just in case it does run up there, so I can manage my positions a little bit. Ah, this stupid thing. I don't know why it does that. Alright. Sorry about that there. I just hit my mic there. I almost had an accident and knocked it over. Alright. So, coming up into here, resistance, hardcore. Ultimately, the top of this box is going to be providing a lot of resistance where all this business was done as well. So let's see here. 4-hour neutral, but slight bearish bias because the bulls are in the weak zone while the bears are in the neutral zone. So the bears do have a slight advantage there, so that is kind of bearish on the 4-hour. Still very bearish on the daily. Hourly, they are battling. Look at this up here close to the power zone. They're both kind of hanging up here. Yeah, there's a large move coming real soon here, guys. It's right around the corner. And given that even 850, most of the time frames are bearish, you know, you have to lean a little bit bearish. And if we look at this 4-hour too, I mean, look at this price action underneath the 21 exponential. See this? I mean, that is not sexy price action. Now, could we get a 4-hour and close above these levels and get back above 3,300? Yeah, absolutely, that could happen at any second. But be careful of those if that does happen, to get everyone excited. Ultimately, like I have been talking about, if we can't close a few 4-hour candles above the 55 exponential, I don't even care about getting long yet. So that's how I'm playing this. And notice we are kind of weak here on the RSI as well. So there's not really much sexy price action at the moment. So keep an eye on that 30, this box area, this green box area, and then 144 EMA, this purple line here, so about 3,300 at the moment. But yeah, when you get these 1 hours, y'all have seen this before. If you watch this show, when they get up here battling close to the power zone, that means it's getting coiled up for that large move. Alright, and if it is a large move to the downside, you know, we're probably only looking about 10-15% or something initially into like right below 3,000. That was kind of like a measured move from a couple things, but I don't think going through that, and this is opinion, totally opinion, I don't think going much through 2,800 with the swiftness is likely though. Alright, let's go to Ethereum, see what Unicorn Shirt Man's doing. Wow, still under RSI below 30. Well, it's oversold, bro. It's oversold. Can't go lower. Yeah, bullshit. Yes, it can. And it likely will. Oversold, overbought is... They shouldn't... It's like a... I don't know why they do that. It's almost like a... I'm not going to get conspiratorial here, but it's not... It should just be weak and strong. It's weak. I mean, because what is, if you were like right here buying the oversold, and I'm putting quotes up right now, air quotes, oversold for the last month almost, how did that fare? It didn't. It's just telling you that price action's weak. Should, in reference how I use DMI too, I don't say oversold or overbought, I say power zone, weak zone, and forgotten zone, just because it has different, more levels. It's more dynamic than RSI. RSI is great. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, because you can just look at one and look at this. It's weak. It's weak price action. All right. 4 hours neutral though. The bulls are in on Ethereum on the 4 hours, so that's pretty good to see. Oh yeah, lost all that momentum from this pump. Got rejected. See, this is what we were talking about on Bitcoin, if it could get up to here and test it. And Ethereum did, so Ethereum is showing a little bit of strength here. Let's see what the 618, yeah, bouncing right off of it. All right, so that's interesting. If Ethereum can kind of hold 85 bucks right here, that's not a bad look for Ethereum. 850 is finally getting down in the neutral zone, the bears are, but the daily still firmly bearish. But look at this, guys. The 4 hour on the 55 exponential and price action are going to meet very soon. So that coincides with how the DMI on the 1 hour on Bitcoin is way up here by the battling for the power zone. That means, yeah, that this is confirmation that this move, whatever way it's going to be, is right around the corner. Yeah, and this is going to be a fun week too, because there's lots of stuff with the Fed announcement for the interest rates, which should be Probably one of the more important ones of the year, is what they say. We'll see. Oh, look at Litecoin, though. So Litecoin is doing what I was just talking about. Well, isn't this nice? Alright, so... Okay, so this... I'm going to have to probably lighten my shorts here a little bit. This is interesting. So, you have... Especially if this holds it for... what is the... We had the daily already closed. Yeah, maybe I'll wait a few more hours. But... Yeah, look at this. This is what I want to see with Bitcoin to flip bullish on the entire sector, is this exact kind of price action. Coming up above the 55 exponential and printing candles and holding above it for at least, you know, several. This is great. This is like a handful. Now, the price action is kind of petering out a little bit, right? It definitely needs to pick up soon. But this is exactly what I want to see with Bitcoin. And since it's Mama Bear, if it does this, that will be a lot more of a bullish signal than just Litecoin doing it. But very notable that Litecoin is getting over there. But look, here we go. Daily 21 is smack right on the on this channel that it was in for a good period of time. I'm not sure what happened with that channel because it was not like that. It used to be like this. There we go. Yeah, so kind of maybe get a little rally up into here, but be careful. That could just be the little mini trap to get some selling pressure going. So, but on the 4 hour, boom, glad that was there. Perfect textbook thing of what I'm looking for on the BTC. All right, Ripple. Ripple is... This is not the dang right one that I want to use. Alright, Ripple is bearish on the daily, looking a lot like Ethereum on the internals. Bullish still, it's bullish on the hourly though, so that's interesting. And neutral on the 4 hour, but it doesn't have that price action like Litecoin does above the 55, so it's kind of looking like everything else, pretty damn weak. So Litecoin showing a little bit of relative strength at the moment. 850 is still bad, so careful on Ripple. Again, I'm still looking for Bitcoin to just, you know, confirm that with what I just showed on Litecoin, the 4 hour 55 hanging out above the orange exponential. Yeah, this looks terrible. Gosh, Monero looks so bad. So bad. Pretty much bearish on most stuff, except hourly is neutral. So, it's something, but pretty lame price action right there. And these spikes, I don't like to see these in crypto, especially these little random out of nowhere, and they look like buy volume spikes. Dude, a lot of times those are just someone getting out to like distribute on some people, so they pump it up a little bit, like a trader. Maybe they have a few $1,000,000 or something they're trying to get out of, and they pump it and just buy a lot, and then they start selling into people that think this is you know, buy volume. Oh, here's a great example, actually, right here, of it happening. Just out of nowhere, big volume spike, distribution, murder fest. Here's like another one, too. Boom, distribution. One more little pump, boom. Slapped it, did it again, and then ultimately, murder fest. So, yeah, do be very cautious right here. I am fully hedged and in some speculative shorts at the moment, so... Alright, Dash. Ah, dang it. We need the dollar. Dash dollar. Getting rejected again earlier at its 55. It's been battling to get over that again. That just is showing you how important it is right now to watch the 4 hour and the 55 exponential. Once Mama Bear closes above that, it's good to go. You know, there's not really much else to say in the crypto world until that really happens. Let's go to equities. So, again, like I mentioned, the Fed week, that is happening on Wednesday afternoon around 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, or Chicago time. And, yeah, you can see maybe we'll get like a little rally into it, possibly. That does happen a lot, but I don't know. This market's been really wild. I mean, look at this. This is the stock market, you know. I mean, this is pretty insane. just whips on. Bam, bam, bam. All over the place. Very volatile. It has been since October. You know, and then Bitcoin followed suit around here. But the market's definitely bringing in some volatility. This is good for trading, though. It really is. You just got to be a little bit more nimble and quick on your feet, because this price action moves. You got to get out of positions faster than you probably normally would in a full-on bull market. You can kind of relax more in those. Yeah, which will be nice when we get that back in crypto. It'll come. Just have to be patient. All right. So yeah, equities look pretty shitty right here. I mean, you can see once they got back under the 1 hour 21 exponential, it's just been looking pretty much like death ever since. And also on the 4 hour 55, you know, just having a really hard time, just like cryptos right now, getting above that. Let's see here on the daily. Yeah, I'm still bearish on the daily. We are setting up textbook divergence, though, bullish divergence in the market. So this is very interesting to me right here too, and the timing is actually kind of perfect, given that in 2 days, let's see, we have today, or that's going to be the 17th, 18th, 19th. So on this candle that prints right here, it's kind of going to be the make it or break it day, and that's how price action is even set up, because where the RSI is, let me zoom in because it's probably hard to see, where this is, like, you know, breaking below this is back into full bearish mode. Like right now, we do have a really good setup for divergence, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a pretty healthy pop into the Fed meeting. Just, you know, and that's, let's see, 15, that's about like right, boom, into this area. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that kind of action. And because either way, it's like a good setup for selling off into it, or even rallying really hard from there, depending what the Fed says. But it's been a hard one to play lately. You can see in the VIX that volatility is just staying bid. I mean, it is up here in the, I mean, this whole third quarter pretty much staying above 16. 16 has seemed to be its kind of little floor right now. And we'll see. I think volatility, at least, even if we, unless this market sells off hardcore, but since we're on the bottom of the range, the Fed minutes and all that, you know, one thing that should kind of come out is volatility a little bit. So we are making lower highs on it and also lower lows. So not that technical analysis is that serious on the VIX, but all right, getting kind of the same bullish divergence on the NASDAQ as well. That's interesting. That kind of could be, that would be pretty wild. It still needs quite a bit of the pattern, like another 2-3 weeks, but this could be like a complex inverted head and shoulders. It does have about 65-70% of it, so that's a pretty rare pattern. 4 hours getting bearish again, though. But we are, like I said, it's just like S&P just a minute ago. Same deal with the RSI setup. Nice divergences. There's also confirmation on the DMI as well for that. Pretty much just waiting for the bulls to show back up on the hourly. You can see that they are in the forgotten zone here right now. So this isn't really the prettiest setup. That's for sure on a short-term basis. But also when they get down in there, since they are forgotten, as you can see down over here, when they get way deep in there and down in this little zone here, they get one flush, and then they can come and rip face, at least back to a prior, you know, local area of business, a fair business. So, but yeah, same kind of thing with NQ, waiting for this week to see. I'm a little bit long the markets just because we're at the bottom of the range. It's hard for me not to. And let's see, hold on, I want to say, look at one more thing while we got this up. Yeah, I'm a little bit long because it's just hard not to at the bottom of this huge range here. Yeah, it could go a little bit lower, but you know, hey, we'll see what happens, right? So we are 16% down on the NASDAQ from the highs. What about on, let's look on the major index here. Alright, yeah, so it still has quite a ways to go. 16% is kind of the marker if it's going into bear market territory or not. It's not, I don't really think it's that 20% level. Maybe it is, but let's call it whatever, 16,220. Yeah, see, here we are. So we're still kind of a ways for that. So everyone's like super scared for, I don't know, I think they're kind of overblowing it. All right, let's go to oil. Oil is doing a nice little basing pattern here, though. This could be a gigantic bear flag, though. I don't know. That would be wild. Like this. Kind of like that. I know I didn't draw that very well, but y'all get the idea. What would that... I'm just out of curiosity. What would that be? Oh, my goodness. 20, like, $8. Whew. You know, oil does crazy things. Think about 2014 back over here. Alright, let's go to weekly so it doesn't take so damn long. Yeah, here you go. It's 2014. Just murder fest every week. Just down, 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 down. I mean, look at where RSI went on the weekly. It went all the way down to like, is that like single digits? Yeah, 9. That's crazy. Now that is an extreme number on a high time. Like when you get higher time frames and RSI goes down to those low levels, it does mean a little bit more than on a, you know, 4 hour or whatever. It's oversold on the 3 minute, dude. You just can't go lower now. But yeah, when you're on those kind of time frames, yeah, it is. But look what happened. It had a weak bounce out of that shit and then went down even more. So, but it did set up for textbook weekly. Oh my goodness. It did set up perfect for textbook weekly RSI divergence. You can see right here. Makes the super low at 9. Comes over the halfback-ish mark, wherever you kind of have that drawn. Mine's in the mid-40s. And then comes down to make a substantial higher high, higher low right here. With this action. Boom, boom. And then still made higher lows with way lower lows on price. So yeah, that was a really good textbook. Long high time frame. Usually don't see those very often. You pretty much never see them in crypto, right? Huh. Alright, so oil. I did get a little bit long on this sell-off here just to play again some of this range action. Like what I have been doing a little bit. And on this pop right here, y'all know that I talked about my long oil from back over, I can't remember exactly where it was. It was somewhere in this price action and I got long. And this pop right here, I got out of that long position. There was that was just out of nowhere. That worked out. I kind of got lucky on that one for sure. So took that one off. And after that sell-off, I got reestablished a long here, but I sold the credit spread a little bit below, so I got a little cushion. I probably got $1.50 or so, and decent cushion. So yeah, I kind of just I'm just playing the range again. It's bouncing off this a bunch of times. It is kind of looking semi-weak, but it's super neutral. And again, I'm just looking for back up to the top part of this range. One more again. All right, so yeah, there you go. Look at that, getting rejected at the longer term moving average. Cannot get above it. So once it gets above that on the hourly, that's going to be a nice signal. And you can see though, we are getting a series of higher lows. So that's why I felt a little more comfortable doing this. And again, just kind of playing back up to the red exponential here. So, all right, gold. Gold didn't do too well last week. Kind of started selling off after getting to that 1250 area. Looks pretty booty. Got back under the 4 hour 21. And now we're struggling to get above the 4 hour 55. So pretty weak price action. I'm not in the GDX position anymore. I sold that one back on this pump. And so now it's coming back down. I don't know. I'm still interested and want to get exposure to metals over the long term. But if this market starts pumping back up, you know, gold will probably get slapped one more again with some rising dollar strength and stuff like that. So it is trying to come up here on this really long gray term moving average. So if it does hold, ultimately, you know, 12.25, you know, maybe it would be bullish, but I'm expecting a little bit of more weakness. All right, Mama Bear. Again, this is real simple, guys. 55 moving exponential on the 4 hour. We need it to look like Litecoin does, like this. This is good. It's even kind of like a little flag. We need something like this, almost just like it too, on Bitcoin though. Like, that's nice it's doing it on Litecoin, but nothing else is doing it. And Litecoin's definitely not the leader in this market. So we definitely, if we could see something exactly like that, then I will be short-term bullish. And I'll just be looking for, you know, like nice violent run up to like back up to 42 or something like that. But right now, weak price action getting rejected on the 4 hour 21. Just can't, it just sucks. It's not good. It's not healthy. Here we are. This hourly just got rejected once more at the bottom of this range. And look at this. We got the blue dots and we've got the 55 and the box and this point of control and these selling wicks. This is not great looking price action. Breaking below this point of control over here, it's on like Donkey Kong. That is 31.50. We get below 31.50, watch out. Alright guys, this has been No Noise. It's Sunday. I'm a little tired. And get ready for the trading week, because it's going to be a doozy, this one. If you liked anything or got value, please sub, bell, and smash. We'll talk with y'all tomorrow. Take care, happy trading, much love, and peace.